In today's video, I want to take you guys through a plethora of new PlayStation 4 deals. One of them on a PSN deal, however, the rest of them are on physical deals. We've got a lot of physical games, a good deal on a controller. But first of all, I do want to highlight that PlayStation Now, a 12-month subscription, is 25% off as a part of the spring sale. This actually escaped my attention for a little while. Some of you guys pointed it out. And looking at it, this is a fantastic deal. Given that Sony revised PlayStation Now's price to $59.99, it already became a pretty good deal. That's $59.99 for a year, but now saving an additional 25% on top of that, that makes PlayStation Now a very good buy in all honesty. Obviously, PS Now for a long time was a little bit of a meme at $20 a month and not being able to download PS4 games. It was very much a hard sell, but now you can stream the PS2, PS3, and PS4 games, but you can also download the PS2 and PS4 games directly. PS3 games still not having that option is a little bit of a bummer and ultimately does hold it back a little bit, but the content that is available as far as PS4 games is at a very high level, and if you're buying 12 months, you're essentially paying a little under $4 a month, and that is offering you a lot of games. I believe there's around 800 games available right now. You're talking a lot of high-quality games, and every month, some quality titles are being added as well. And it actually features quite the robust lineup of games. You're talking about a lot of PlayStation 4 exclusives, a lot of legacy PlayStation 4 games, and if you do want to play the PlayStation 3 games, streaming them, if you're on a wired connection, it's actually not all too bad. You're talking about games like SpiderMan on there, PUBG is on there, Bloodborne is on there, I believe Little Big Planet is on there, Fallout 4, The Surge, and a couple of other quality titles, and when you're spending this little amount of money on it, again, less than $4 a month, it does become a relatively enticing purchase, so I did want to give that a recommendation. Alright, moving on from that, again, we have a bevy of great physical deals available right now. Right off the bat on GameStop.com, I noticed Persona Endless Night Collection is down to $34.97. This is fantastic. You're talking about getting Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight and Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, and you also get a digital download code for Persona 4 Dancing All Night. So a lot of music rhythm games within the Persona universe. Obviously, this isn't like your typical Persona experience, but you still have the great presentation, the great zany style, and the music is fantastic as well. $35 for it is a fantastic buy, given that you're essentially getting 3 games, and the Persona music is tremendous, so to get a music rhythm game based on that, that is of course fantastic. I know GameStop isn't everyone's favorite right now, however, they still have some good stuff available, so be on the lookout for that. Also, Death Stranding Standard Edition is 50% off over at Best Buy. It is down to $29.99. Death Stranding is a little bit of an acquired taste. Some people really love it, other people not so much. I was very much on the side of I loved it. I thought Death Stranding was such a unique game, and I often say it about Death Stranding. Yes, it is a little bit different. A delivery simulator, UPS simulator probably doesn't sound like everybody's favorite game in the world. However, UPS simulator, walking simulator, whatever the case may be, when you've got controls and mechanics as refined as Death Stranding and a world as beautiful as Death Stranding, it makes it all the more enjoyable to experience this kind of game. Of course, the narrative is incredibly captivating, and that adds another layer to the quality level of the game. At $59.99, it's hard to sell you on a game that so many people were not enamored by. However, at $29.99, it becomes a lot more enticing of a purchase, and I think now is as good of a time as ever to check out Death Stranding. Next up, Marvel Spider-Man Game of the Year Edition is 50% off at $19.99. I feel like everybody and their mother already owns this game, but I could see the possibility of somebody buying this game back in 2018, maybe trading it in, never checking out the DLC. If you want to jump back in, the Game of the Year Edition I think is a really good buy with all of that DLC included. Now, to be real, the DLC content isn't quite as good as the main game content. However, that's generally the case for the majority of DLC content for games. Spider-Man still offers worthwhile content within the DLC, and the base game itself is really good. Is it perfect? No, but it definitely sets a solid foundation for the future of this franchise, and there will definitely be a Spider-Man 2, probably a Spider-Man 3, and I do think this is going to be one of the long-lasting franchises for Sony at $19.99. This is a great buy. This was actually down to $14.99 the other day. Unfortunately, I missed it and I didn't have a chance to recommend it. Nonetheless, a very good buy there. Next up, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is $20 off for $39.99 over on Best Buy as well. This is a fantastic buy for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now, this is a game that I said very positive things about in the sense that if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you are going to really enjoy this game. Bar none, you're going to have a great time with it. However, if you actually assess this game fundamentally as an RPG, looking at the game mechanically and all of the content that it has to offer, it does come across a little bit mediocre. Let's be real, the side content isn't anything to write home about. However, As a Dragon Ball fan, seeing all of these moments recreated in the form of an open world RPG, that is incredibly exhilarating and that is incredibly nostalgic as well. I know many of us have gone through the Dragon Ball story through a video game so many times at this point. However, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot does offer a new flair to it. They just announced some DLC for the game as well, adding in some of the content from Super. But the base game is definitely a satisfying experience, and at $40, I do think it's a pretty good buy. Alright, moving on from that, some deals from Amazon. Borderlands Game of the Year Edition is down to $13.97. I think this is pretty good for Borderlands 1. I thought Borderlands 1 was really good, the Game of the Year Edition. This version on PS4 does include some refinements as well, enhanced 4K visuals, and you've got all 4 DLC packs. It's Borderlands, you know what to expect out of this one. At $13.97, I thought it was a pretty good buy. Next up, Medieval is down to $19.99. Very good buy for Medieval, which is a game that I already thought released at a quality price point at just $29.99. Unfortunately, critics were a little bit less kind to this game than I was. I thought it was great. Was it a little bit dated? Did it have some dated mechanics? Yes, but the nostalgia is what really draws people to Medieval, and I thought that element of the game was still as great as ever. And again, they didn't price this game at $59.99. They priced it accordingly at $30, and I really enjoyed the time I spent with it. At $20, it's even better, and you're reliving the original Medieval adventure on PlayStation 4. That's something that I'll always be able to get behind. At $20, I think it's a great pickup, and hopefully, sooner rather than later, they do another Medieval game. Another underrated title here, Banner Saga Trilogy Bonus Edition, is down to $14.97 on Amazon. This is a ridiculous deal, and Banner Saga is a game that I often say is one of those RPGs that does a lot of elements so good. It has really all the elements of an RPG that you would think it would need to be a success. A great setting, it's got that. It's got great characters, great story, an interesting combat system. All of those elements come together in the Banner Saga Trilogy. However, it really didn't find a colossal commercial success. It was obviously successful to an extent, given that we got 3 games out of it, but I really wish more people got a chance to play this game. And at $14.97 for all 3 games, you also get a best of soundtrack, a mini art book, collectible poster, and an in-game item DLC piece in this trilogy. I think it's a great buy, and definitely I would recommend it for just $15. Alright, so those are all the game deals. I do lastly want to note that a Sony PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 wireless controller is down to $47 over on Walmart.com. This traditionally goes for $65, so whenever you can get it for south of $50, I think it's a really good buy. And in this case, the DualShock 4 controller is south of $50, so I wanted to give that a recommendation. Unfortunately, these controllers are just getting expensive, more and more expensive, I should say, and I am really scared as far as how much that DualSense controller is going to be, because while it does look pretty slick, it's got some pretty nice tech under the hood, and I would be really foolish to think it would be priced anything less than $75. Let's hope it's not something astronomical like $90 or $100. At that point, I don't know about that one. That would be a little bit crazy, but nonetheless, DualShock 4 controller for now is $47. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, a lot of great deals are available right now. That PlayStation Now 12-month subscription, I think, is a fantastic deal. Definitely give that a look, and a plethora of great game deals available on the physical end of things, so check them out if you are interested. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.